of alcohol, or in fact, his appearance triggered laughter. I used to watch him as a small boy back then in Mondimba, southwest region of Cameroon, at times on TV.
Isabelle, où il s'appelle?
Magne, il s'appelle.
Isabelle, où il s'appelle?
Ce qui est bon, tu écris, ce qui est mauvais, tu laisses.
Social media. Social media. Social media. Hi, ladies and gentlemen, and I continue paying tribute to legends.
Kankan, quand tu manges là, tu es content, n'est-ce pas?
Oui.
Quand je parle même, tu t'en fous. Tu ne m'as plus manger ça.
Non.
He is described as one of the greatest comedians of all times, not only in Francophone Africa, in the entire Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, this is special tribute to Monsieur Dieudonné Afana Ibego, aka Miche Kankan. Yes, that was his stage name.
Pauvre petit vendeur de poisson, tu as quoi?
Tu m'as vu chez toi? C'est toi qui viens souvent
et toi,
ici
tu m'as vu chez toi?
Oui, je te vois souvent ici. Tu viens me baratiner et tu le temps. Ah, quitte fou le temps.
C'est ton amour.
L'amour de quoi?
Prends. À la santé.
Tous les jours, Kankan. Tous les jours.
À la santé.
À la santé avec qui? Donne-moi ça.
He brought laughter to people in his heydays. Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin first of all, the man. Miche Kankan, he hailed from the central region of Cameroon. He would abandon his teaching profession as a French language teacher for comedy, which was his passion. He was a genius. His style made him unique. First of all, let's talk about his style, the Kankan style. We're talking about the Kankan style. Yes, he had this cracked voice. He used to appear as a drunk, at times holding a bottle of alcohol, or in fact, his appearance triggered laughter. I used to watch him as a small boy back then in Mondimba, southwest region of Cameroon, at times on TV, few instances on TV because television was scarce. Few people had television sets, the cattle ray television back then, so we watch it most of the time. We listen to his recordings on radio cassettes, we play them and listen. The language was not a barrier. He was Francophone. I am English speaking, but that did not stop us from enjoying his plays. His appearance was laughter triggering. You see his hair is always uncombed, his gray mustache looking shabby. The jacket he will put on or the suit is either twisted, faded, the shirt the same, the trousers big, twisted, the shoe you put on is either the pairs of shoes is either big or worn out, or at times you go about walking, putting on a woman's shoe. You can see how funny and how odd his appearance was. That was already laughter in its own, his appearance, his way of talking, the cracked voice, say, Madame, Monsieur, on m'a demandé, tu m'as expliqué, je viens aujourd'hui. Ah, je suis aujourd'hui.
Jamais. Je viens aujourd'hui, tu m'as dit que viens hier. Je viens hier, tu m'as dit que viens avant demain.
Tu m'as bousculé, tu m'as bousculé.
Tu m'as bousculé, alors tu m'as bousculé, tu m'as bousculé.
So that's how he spoke. You could just get. I wonder if he scripted some of his plays because there was never a dull moment in his plays. All of his plays. He will keep people entertained for hours. What a talent. Never a dull moment. So it's all about, I've come to understand the themes he used. The themes he used connected to the audience, and today they are still relevant. He took problems or experiences of everyday living. He used themes like alcoholism, problems in polygamous marriage, adultery, corruption in public service, some of the lapses, and so others that he used, just everyday experiences that people relate to, that he used brilliantly in his plays, that kept people laughing and glued, watching or listening to his plays on radio Ladies and gentlemen, he was such a genius. So, in some of the plays that he wrote, including La Carte d'Identité, that's the national identity card, he portrayed some of the hurdles, some of the challenges, the untold stress that applicants go through before they have their identity cards. It's still a problem today, although the government is working to address that. He portrayed them, he brought in humor, and people got laughing. That was the man we are talking about here. In his home, how he would struggle as a polygamous man with alcoholism. He will appear looking drunk and shabby, and how he will go to a bar, meets a girl, offer the girls drink, food. At the end of the day, the girl tried to play smart, and he asked the girl to repay back all what he spends on the girl, and that brings people coming to support him, and the girl becomes ridiculed. The Kankan style, ladies and gentlemen. So it's unfortunate that he passed on at his prime. He was still a young man when he passed on at the age of 40 years. That was on the 13th of February 1997. I was still a small boy in primary school in Mondimba, southwest region of Cameroon. So he continues, no doubt, inspiring this young generation of comedians that we have today in the country, in the French-speaking part of the country, the likes of Fingong Tralala, Bitakola, Matthews, Mostik Charismatic, Masaya Cop, including the younger ones, Ntene, Neil Cruz, and others. You see the way they perform their comedy skits. You see iotas of Miche Kankan in them. The way they talk in this accent like Miche Kankan would talk. He had his style, the way, his cracked voice, his accent. You see that in these young comedians. Some of them have their accent, the likes of Bitakola, Fingon Tralala, Mostik Charismatic. They have their accent that's similar to that of the legend Miche Kankan. The appearance, some of them will appear shabby, same as Miche Kankan. In fact, and the themes, the subjects that they treat or they portray in their comedy skits, alcoholism, corruption, adultery, and others, similar to that of the legend Miche Kankan.
Isabelle, oui, ça perd.
Magne Isabelle.
Isabelle, oui, ça perd.
Ce qui est bon, tu écris, ce qui est mauvais, tu laisses.
Non, c'est comme ça qu'on a conclu hier soir, pas question. Non, donne-moi l'argent. Dépêche-toi.
Allons dans mon boutique.
Qu'est-ce que tu m'avais fait dans ta boutique?
Allons.
C'est comme ça qu'on nous a entendu hier soir. Non, donne-moi l'argent.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we could tap from the approach of Miche Kankan. Why conceiving, why trying to produce a work of art? We shouldn't think far. We should just look around society and take our everyday experiences and inject them or use them in our creation. By that, it's bound to stand out, it's bound to become classic and stand the test of time and be relevant without limits, like that of Miche Kankan.
Tara, laisse-moi. Non, c'est très grave. Tu vois, Mansi, on a comme ici hier soir. Laisse-moi parler. On a Job. On a Nam, on a Sekele, on a Boublan toute la nuit et sans repos. Maintenant, man me toque les arbres de sa boutique. Au lieu de me guider dos.
Grand.
Ah.
Grand. Oui. Allez doucement. Donnez l'argent. J'ai pas donné l'argent. Je lui ai dit que allons dans mon boutique.
Ça ne signe
pas. Je vais vous prouver qu'on ne s'en fout. Vous êtes j'ai pas donné. Bon, allez. Sortez l'argent. Allons dans mon boutique.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the legendary comedian, one of the best comedians of all times. Continue resting well, Monsieur Dieudonné Afana Ibogo, the legendary Miche Kankan. May your legacy, may your works continue inspiring generations and generations to come. C'est comme ça, moi j'ai pas, mais avant j'ai parti, ma social media.